Phase 5 of WoW Classic is right around the corner and will most likely be announced very soon. With the announcement of a new phase always brings increased item demands, and we will be covering some items that will most likely skyrocket in price so you can invest your hard-earned time and money to get tons of gold. First up, we have the Twilight Mobs in Silithus. These mobs drop encrypted Twilight text, and this is used in repeatable quests with the Cenarian Circle for reputation. These are already going for around 4 gold, and my guess once Phase 5 is announced, they will double, maybe even triple in price. Another thing to add with the Twilight Mobs is they drop 3 different pieces of the Twilight Trappings set, which all 3 pieces, the head, shoulders, and chest, go for around 2 gold each on the auction house. These items are used to summon different bosses at the Twilight camps, which drop items and give more reputation. My girlfriend and I spent around 2 hours here, and between the both of us farmed around 100 text, and filled our bags with Twilight trappings as well as rune cloth. I will say that these Twilight camps can be highly contested, and it's best to come in the middle of the night or afternoon when the majority of players are sleeping during the night or working during a weekday. Next up, we have Elemental Earth, which can be farmed from rock elementals at 2 places in the Badlands. This item will go up in price due to being an ingredient for Greater Nature Protection Potion, which will be used heavily in AQ40. This farm spot currently is a good time investment since a lot of players are focusing on other things like the Twilight Mobs. What I like to do is come here when the Twilight camps get contested and I can freely farm the rock elementals. The only downside to this farm is there are really only 2 spots in the Badlands, and the northern spot is usually taken up by players leveling. The third item we have is Firebloom. Now I know what you're thinking. This little plant is not going for a lot on the auction house right now, but this brazen little plant is used in Phase 5 to create brilliant wizard oil for casters as well as elixir of greater firepower for fire mages. 2 huge resources that will be in high demand to increase DPS in raids, bringing the price of Firebloom up. Now, this plant can be farmed in places like Searing Gorge and Tenaris, as well as a number of small spawns in the Badlands and the Blasted Lands. I personally like to farm in Tenaris because it has a higher spawn rate of Firebloom. One thing players can use is the add-on Gathermate 2 to help find herbs quicker. You can export Wowhead's data into the add-on, and it shows you all herb locations on your map, so you're not running around blindly looking for them. Lastly, as a bonus, we have Bloodvine. Now, I know that this item was released in Phase 4 with ZG, however, due to players leveling a ton of alts, Bloodvine is used to craft the well-known Bloodvine garb, giving spell hit to casters, allowing alts to obtain easy starting gear so they can get themselves into Phase 5 raids. You do need to obtain max herbalism and a blood scythe, but it pays off since Bloodvine are hovering around 25 gold at the moment. You're also getting herbs like Dreamfoil and Mountain Silver Sage, which are also used in high-end flasks and potions, which will increase when Phase 5 releases. Every class can do this farm, especially mages, but my recommendation, if you're not a rogue or a mage, is to invest in some swiftness potions and even limited invulnerability potions. That way, if you catch yourself in a bad position, you have some consumes to fall back on. There are usually 2 good herb spawns in the Temple of Bethic, more commonly known as the Panther area, and what you do is use the 2nd level of the temple to your advantage since it acts as a reset spot. You pull the mobs, run up to the top layer of the temple, and once the mobs reach you, you jump down to the 2nd level. Once they reset, immediately jump down and pick the herb. Another good area to get Bloodvine is the tigers. There is usually always a herb waiting to be picked, and what you do is round up the tigers, lead them back up around this way, jump up on this wall, and the wall acts as a reset spot. Once reset, immediately jump down, pick your herb, and then you can reset ZG and do the farm again. Now, a quick word of advice: rotate your farms. If Twilight Mobs get too contested or you're just getting bored, switch to Firebloom or Elemental Earth. Keeping things fresh will not only help your gold per hour, but also your sanity. And don't get discouraged if some of these items are cheap right now. That's the whole point. You're getting in early before the Phase 5 hype inflates prices. Play it smart now and you'll be stacking up gold in no time. Let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these farms, gotten lucky, or even had any terrible RNG? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic WoW content, and thanks so much for watching. Good luck and happy farming.
Come back here.
Spring the record.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, right here.
Bring them to red.
Heal me, heal me, heal me.